Good afternoon. Adopted, drafted, and what do you mean by constitution? And drafting committee, which was led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and the Constituent Assembly, and the special features of our constitutions like single citizenship, universal adult franchise method. So these are the major concepts we had discussed in the previous class. Today's class, we will go with one of the most important the topic or one of the most important the concept, that is the fundamental rights and duties. Okay, fundamental rights and duties. A very important concept. Being a citizen of India, we should know and rights, fundamental rights enjoyed by us as a citizen of India, and fundamental duties. Being a citizen of India, so we need to have follow of these duties. We also have got certain responsibility. So in this lesson, we will be talking about the four concepts. First, we will talk about fundamental rights. But since the syllabus has been reduced to this year, we are just mentioning the fundamental rights. That's all. We don't have. We are not going for an explanation. Then after that, we will be talking about fundamental duties. Our 10 fundamental duties. So we will be talking. Then the next class, we will be talking about the two concepts. So that is directive principles of state policy. What do you mean by directive principles of state policy? And what is the meaning of the concept called directive principles of state policy? Then we will talk about welfare state. Here also, what do you mean by welfare state and what's its meaning? So these are the four major topics so which we are going to cover. In this lesson. But very important is fundamental rights. But since the syllabus been reduced, so you don't have an explanation. But just small explanations I will be giving while explaining about the fundamental rights. So before starts with the fundamental rights, the first and foremost we should know what is this fundamental rights. Okay, now what is constitution? Set of laws or set of rules and regulations. So like that, what is this fundamental rights? What do you mean by fundamental rights? Okay, if you say, we can say with two words. Okay, we can mention it with the two words. Fundamental rights are basic conditions of human life. In India, fundamental rights are basic conditions of human life. Almost it's like a path. Okay, being a citizen of India, so constitution, okay, is the one which guide us, and fundamental rights are one almost like a path. Basic conditions, how you should lead your life in our country. Okay, when you are leading your life in our country, what are the rights you have? You come across. Okay, the rights when you follow, so your life, your life will have an self development. Okay, fundamental rights are basic conditions of human life and for self development of human life. Okay, when you know about fundamental rights, it's a self development. Okay, when you have a journey in our country or when you move your life in our country, when you come across certain problems, so the fundamental rights, if you know it, so you can fight against it. So when you fight against and when you get a justice, that will make your self development, growth. Okay, so that is the reason. So fundamental rights are basic conditions for a human life in our country, and if you follow that, you will have a self development, in the growth of self development in your life. And both your constantly can say it's given to human life. Okay, it's given to every individual person. It's not as a whole. It's for every individual person we are having. Now let us see what are our fundamental rights. So total we are having 6 fundamental rights. The first one we call it as an right to equality. Second one, right to freedom. The third one, right to freedom of religion. The fourth one, right against exploitation. Fifth one, cultural and educational rights. And the sixth one, right to constitutional remedies. So these are the 6 fundamental rights, okay, which is carrying us in our country to every individual for your self-development and as well as the basic condition how you should lead your life. Okay, so just just a few, like 2-3 points with that. So I will explain about all 6 fundamental rights. The first and foremost we are having, so that is a right to equality. Okay, so right to equality completely it says before the law. Okay, so before the law in India, everybody should be treated equal. So that is nothing but right to equality says. Okay, before the law, so all are equal. If at all, if you don't treat as an equal means, it comes like a no people in our country should be discriminated based on the caste, based on the creed, based on the gender. Okay, so based on the rich or based on the wealth, we cannot measure it. So instead, before the law, everyone are equal. Okay, before the law, so everybody is equal. Okay, and at the same time, so right to equality says no accept of any foreign titles from other countries. If at all you want to receive an titles from other countries or some titles which will be given by the other countries for your work, for your achievement, the present government or the government which is functioning in our country has to give the permission. Then only you can accept it. This all says the right to equality. The only thing you should know is before the law in India all are equal. No personalities, no individual should be discriminated based on any of his caste, color, gender discrimination. Okay, so that is the one thing which we are having it. Then second one we are having, so that is a right to freedom. Okay, so right to freedom. So right to freedom, when we say or right to freedom when we are having it, so we are having complete freedom in our country. Okay, when you are a citizen of our country, okay, when you are a citizen of your country, India, you have complete right of freedom. Right of freedom for what? Okay, to lead your life, to express your views and thoughts. Okay, to lead your life, to express your views and thoughts, to form associations or unions. Okay, to form associations or unions. At the same time, one conditions we are having under right to freedom is the freedom of movement. In India, anywhere in India, India, you can have freedom of movement. But at the time of national emergency, the freedom of movement will not be there. So majorly it says about the freedom of movement. It gives very important. Okay, to lead life in our country, to express your views and thoughts. Okay, and to form association and unions. Moreover, that right to freedom says freedom of movement. In India, anywhere in India you can have a movement except Jammu and Kashmir. Living Jammu and Kashmir, so remaining all the places you can have a freedom of movement. But freedom of movement will be restricted, or it will be having a restriction at the time of national emergency for the duration of 6 months. So duration of 6 months. So during national emergency you cannot have enough freedom of movement. And the next, the third one we are having, so that is right to freedom of religion. Okay, in India, whichever the religion you want, you can worship it. Okay, worship of any religion, so you can. Our country gives, because our country is a secular state. And right against exploitation. Okay, practice of like child labor, making a child to work who is below 14 years, practice of beggary, that is slavery. So all these things we are not supposed to do it. That is right against exploitation. Then cultural and educational rights. Okay, cultural and educational rights. So it completely it says of cultural and languages. All the languages we should be respected. You know, India being a secular state, so many languages we are having it, especially when we come to education. Okay, every state differs with the language of mother tongue. So that's the one aspect so which we are having it. The next, cultural and educational rights. Okay, our culture of our country has to be taken care, and tradition of our country has to be kept in the concerns. We are responsible for the culture of our country, and the education also complete the free and compulsory education. So all these things comes here. And the last one we are having right to constitutional remedies. So right to constitutional remedies. So right to constitutional remedies is completely says about okay, when you are being punished under a law when you are not committed a mistake. Okay, the right to constitutional remedies will give you completely about to protect yourself and to get justice. So under right to constitutional remedies, we are having 5 types of writs. Okay, 5 types of writs we are having. That comes here, but here that's not there for your this year. So 5 types of writs will be issued by the High Court and the Supreme Court. So like habeas corpus, mandamus, carriole, and prohibition, and quo warrant. Okay, so like this 5 writs are there. It's not almost like a legal documents the Supreme Court or the High Court gives us. Okay, that's the one aspect so which we are having it. So that's about the 6 fundamental rights so which we are having it. So next we are having the very important, so that is fundamental duties. I hope everybody know, you might have studied in your class 6. Okay, you might have studied in class 6 or 7th, you might have studied. Okay, so fundamental duties, when we see, first and foremost, the fundamental duties, being a citizen of India, it's to respect Indian Constitution, national flag, and national anthem. I need not say more about this. It's our duty to respect our Constitution, our duty to respect our national flag, it's our duty to respect national anthem. Okay, that's the one thing. Second one is to cherish and follow the noble ideas of national leaders. Okay, you know, India is a country received a freedom under the control of many freedom fighters. All the freedom fighters have given us the noble ideas, how you have to protect your independence. Okay, first and foremost, the national leaders has to be respected, and their freedom should be what the freedom they have given, we have to carry it in a proper way with the noble ideas of our freedom fighters. That's the one aspect we are having. The next, to protect sovereignty, that is the freedom of our country should be protected, and unity. Okay, India is a country, unity in diversity. So united we should stand, and the integrity, culture and the tradition. Okay, the life of our country should be protected. It's our duty. So that's the one aspect which we are having. The next, fourth one is to defend the country and render national service. Especially, as you all know, the threat to the country comes. Now and then the threat comes. So when the threat comes, to protect that, somebody should be there. So in that case, so we should be ready to serve the national, nation, especially the army. Okay, so rendering a national service. Okay, it's our duty to go forward and to render the national service as much as possible. Okay, that's the one aspect which we see. The next, to protect harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood. Okay, the harmony, that is peace of our country, and common brotherhood. So being a country which is divided with almost many religions we are having, but the universal brotherhood should be there. Okay, we always should stand united. So that united stand says about a common brotherhood. Okay, so when it comes to country, so first the common brotherhood, then the religion, then the culture and the tradition comes. So that's the one aspect so which we are having. It's our duty to preserve the culture and the heritage of our India. You know, India has got great history because India is been India has come with the three periods: ancient history, medieval, and modern. So in that case, as you all know, today the culture and the traditional lifestyle of our country is bit by bit is going down. So it's our duty to protect it. And at the same time, it's heritage of India, great monuments. Okay, many store. I mean, India has got great history, so that has to be preserved. That's the one aspect so which we are having. Then to promote and improve the national environment. Okay, to take care of environment, it's our duty to like planting the trees. Okay, so taking care of our environment and being away from all the pollutions. Okay, that's not all it comes under, it's our duty. Then to safeguard the public property. Okay, like railway station, bus station, government bus. Okay, and public monuments, public parks. So whenever you visit without damaging that, whenever you travel, okay, I mean, without doing anything to the, especially this burning of the buses, all these things we are not supposed to, because public property is like it's our property, it's my property. So I should take care. So that feel should everybody should have. That's the one aspect which we are having it. Then to develop scientific temper and the humanism. Okay, so one more concept so which we are having it. Okay, to develop inventions, scientific knowledge, okay, inquiry, scientific reasoning, thinking, experiment, observation. So such skills should be developed by every individual person. It's our duty to take our country to a great extent. Okay, that's the one aspect so which we are having it. And to strive towards the excellence in all spheres. Okay, in all areas there should be an achievements from our country. Okay, achievements. Okay, your country should in sports. Okay, in science. Okay, in the field of agriculture. Okay, so like that in many fields, various fields. So your country should have an achievement, and when you have a great achievements, the level of the nation goes to a great extent. Okay, so that is the one aspect which we are having. So these are the 10 fundamental duties so which we are having it. So that's about the fundamental rights and the fundamental duties. Okay, so once again you can just go through it. So fundamental rights and fundamental duties, we can go once again go through it. So next class, so we will go with the a few more the concepts. So that will be directive principles of state policy and the welfare state. That's two concepts. So we will be going out with the next class. So till here you can go through it, and once just go with all these 6 fundamental rights and explanation. It's there. In the textbook it is there. Just once you read the explanation, so you will get more information about the fundamental rights. So fundamental duties is only this 10, so you can, that's enough. But just revise with the textbook once this fundamental rights. Okay, because since its explanation is not there for this year syllabus, so I have not explained it. I just some hint I have given only about the fundamental rights. So once if you read all the 6 fundamental rights in your textbook, so you will get more knowledge about the fundamental rights. Okay, so next class, so we will go with the some more major topics. Thank you.